Pat Robertson shared his thoughts on single mothers with us, and it isn't pretty.
This is Mark Pat, who says, my daughter's been living with a man for 3 years and has a baby by him. She's told her kids that they're married, but she won't marry him because she's had 2 husbands already. She told me once that it's easier to get forgiveness than permission. I tell her that forgiveness is for when you fall into sin and not for premeditated sin. Who is right?
You're absolutely right on that one. This girl's playing games. I don't know what kind of bringing up she had, but she didn't have a very good one, it doesn't sound like. A couple of marriages already. I mean, she's obviously undisciplined, rebellious. She can't hold a stable relationship, and now she won't enter into one even though she's got a child by this man. And then she's tempting God. I mean, man, she is walking on the edge. You think, well, Linda was taking a chance. I mean, she's really on a tightrope. And she is, I mean, I would certainly pray for her, and I'd warn her because she's asking for it. And it's going to be really tough. But don't tell me, it's easier to ask for forgiveness and permission. I mean, that's a big joke. Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. But not when you're dealing with the Lord. I mean, sooner or later, God's going to say, that's all she wrote, baby, and it's going to be tough.
So that's what God is mad at. That's what keeps God up at night. But meanwhile, what? Murderers, rapists, those people, well, as long as you ask for forgiveness, I'll forgive you. But God forbid there's a single mother who doesn't want to get together with the particular person. I mean, look at the things he said. She's, quote, tempting God. Quote, she's asking for it. Asking for what? Are you talking about divine punishment? So you're talking about if bad things start happening to her, your response is going to be, well, you should have got married. Whore. I mean, they're really stuck not only in the 1950s, they're stuck in the 1850s. Okay, this is what they care about. We spoke about this yesterday, I think. That morality to fundamentalist right-wing Christians is, okay, are you in a relationship? Never use condoms, never use birth control, never use the pill, don't allow gays to get married, do you pray? These are the things that they view family values, have a white picket fence, one man, one woman, have sex in missionary position with the lights off, and act like Leave It to Beaver. Well, that's morality in America. That's how you got to do. They don't stop and think about homelessness, starvation, extreme poverty, climate change, war. That when they think about morality, that doesn't even frickin' register. Okay, that's in another zip code, that's in another state, it's whatever. They just don't care about that stuff. The things that are actually in the realm of morality and immorality, they got nothing to say on. But things which are just a matter of opinion and just a matter of people's personal lives, and sometimes stuff gets messy because who knows what's going on inside with this woman in the sense that where's her heart leading her? How does she feel at this particular time in her life? Is she focused on her career? There's all these different things that go into it. But he doesn't care about learning the complexities and the nuance of people's personal lives and understanding them. He'd rather judge. But where he doesn't judge is somebody like George Bush invading Iraq and killing hundreds of thousands of people. There he doesn't judge. He doesn't judge violence. He doesn't judge cuts in the social safety net and Medicare and Medicaid and food stamps and none of that's, no. So where he should judge, he doesn't. And where he shouldn't judge, he does judge. And look, I have to say, it's so annoying because people like that, as they describe there, they're like the last whipping boy in America. Like anybody could talk shit about single mothers and nobody bats an eyelash. But that's fucked up, man, because these women are trying as hard as they possibly can. Okay, they didn't all ask for the situation that they're in. What, you think it's preferable and they woke up one day and said, fuck it, this is how I'm going to act? No, there's a logical progression of events that leads people into these circumstances, and they deal with it as best as they can. It's a hard thing to be a single mother, and they're dealing with it, they're working with it, they're doing their best. And for a guy like Pat Robertson to come along and say, you're tempting God, toots. You know, you're asking for it. Asking for what, Pat? Asking for what? You seem to be more concerned about whether or not she's in a relationship than the actual welfare of the kid and if the kid has food to put in his stomach. Because, of course, Republicans are cutting the programs that would put food in that kid's stomach. So spare me your pathetic moralizing because, as always, it misses the point.